Hi, welcome back to Cloud Security. If you remember last week, we created our domain name so that we could log in, and we customized our login. This week, we're actually going to install web services with SSL. So having all of that installed will require us to log into our console and change the firewall to allow port 80 and 443. It's going to be kind of fun because you're going to see a lot of attacks happen after this. Kind of a fun thing to do. But let's go ahead and get started. First thing we're going to do is log into our Amazon server. So once we're in the Amazon server, we're going to need to install some utilities, and we can actually go ahead and do this on the Amazon cloud, or we install the services. Let's go ahead and start installing some services. All of the details are in the description of this video, so if you want to go look at the details, you can look at the details there and pull out all of the commands there. In this case, we're going to do an apt-get install -y apache 2 utilities and apache 2 doc. And we will need to sudo this. So sudo that command. We'll let that run. While that's running, let's go ahead and pop over to Amazon. Okay, so over here, we'll go to the management console. And we're going to need to actually change the firewall settings for our individual machine. So click on EC2. Once we get into EC2, we're going to create a new security group. So we can go to Security Groups and choose Create Security Group. So choose Security Groups, and then up in the upper right-hand corner, choose Create Security Group. So I'm going to make this one Cloud Class right there. Allow HTTP/HTTPS. Now the scope, it's going to be my virtual private cloud. That's fine. And what are we going to do it on? That one right there. That's fine. Inbound rules. Over here, I'm going to add a rule. Where they got the customs, and you can choose the others. I'm going to go ahead and choose their predefined. I'll go ahead and choose that. And HTTPS. Where is that? There we go. So I've done those two. So we have those two on there. Now I'll go to the bottom. Create the security group. Oh, this is from where? Right there. So we need to select from what address. I'm only using IPv4, so I'm not going to go ahead and put the IPv6 in there. So that's the IPv4 address right there. Sorry about that. That's from anyone. So we want to make sure it's from anyone right there. And we'll go ahead and go down and choose create. And now we've done it. So we have the cloud class. We need to define this to our machine now. So let's go ahead and pop over to our machine and choose that. So over on the left-hand side, you'll see the word instances. Click on instances there. Once you click on that, we're going to go ahead and click on our instance that we have running here. Right click. If you go down to networking, you'll see change security groups. Now, this Launch Wizard 3, that's great. I'm going to go pop in Cloud Class. I'm not going to disable Launch Wizard 3. So I'm going to choose the Cloud Class and leave Launch Wizard 3 selected. What that does is it prevents me from disabling SSH access to my box when I enable HTTP and HTTPS. All right, so now we've done that. Our services should be installed. So let's go back over to our Ubuntu machine. Good. Now we have our services installed. Let's check that. So we'll do service apache 2 status. Okay, it says it's running. Well, let's find out. Over here, we can go to our domain name, which mine is www.cloudclass.ga. Yours will be something else. And you can see, yes, sure enough, it is working. Now, if I go HTTPS, it's going to give me an error because we do not have any security defined right now in Apache. It's not set up to accept an HTTPS connection. So back over to our Ubuntu box. We can see it. This is running. That's working great. We can also type netstat-nlt and put a P at the end. Now what this does for us is this netstat shows us what network, well, it's actually network statistics, but it's going to show us what services are running. We're not going to resolve names. We want to look for listening services, only TCP, and show me the program that's running it. So press enter. When we do that, you can see that we've got a local DNS server running, which, you know, it's an Ubuntu thing. And then we have our SSH server running. And then we have, right there, a web server running. Now, it's only recognizing that it's running on TCP version 6, but we know it's running on TCP version 4. So we do have that running right there. So let's go ahead and sudo -s become root. We'll run that command again. That right there, just highlight, middle click, and you'll see your services running. It tells us what is running over here, what's actually using that service. Good. So now we have that installed. We're going to go through and we're going to get a free SSL certificate. To get our certificate, we're going to go over to CertBot. So let's go over to certbot.eff.org and we'll go ahead and choose our software and system. Now, I've put the details on how to do this inside of the description, so you actually don't have to go to CertBot and do this. But if you want to, that's exactly the place that you would go for your own system to get a free, and it's forever, it's not like 1 year or 3 months or 5 years. It's free forever certificate. Now, it does expire every 3 months, but it auto-renews, so that's pretty cool. So it will keep itself up to date. So I'm going to walk through the steps to do this. The first thing we're going to do is we're already root, so we're going to do an apt-get update to make sure that all of our all the repositories are up to date on our system. Next, we're going to go ahead and apt-get install software properties common. It's already there. That's great. We're going to add a repository universe. So we'll go ahead and do that. And it's already there. That's even better. And now we're going to add the CertBot repository. I'm going to press enter to continue. Okay, once it does that, we'll need to go through and update again because that's now going to load the CertBot repository. There it is, actually. See that there. It's going to load that into the list of available packages for us. Now we can go through and install CertBot and the Python 3 CertBot Apache certificate. So we'll say yes. Let's go ahead and do that. If you look, it's going to install a whole bunch of stuff for us. Now we get to the complicated part. The complicated part is where we tell CertBot who we are. So in this case, we're going to do a CertBot --Apache to automatically install the SSL certificate into Apache. So we'll type this. It's going to say, oh, you know, what do you want to use? I'm going to go ahead and put in my email address here. And I'll say, I agree. Yes, I'll be willing to share my email address. Now here it wants enter the domain name. It's a little iffy. You should put your domain name here, but I'm going to go ahead and put www. And we have cloudclass.ga there. Now, when you put a domain name, normally you just put the domain name here. But because of the whole resolution thing and how it's working, I'm going to try this. Okay, so over here, do you want to redirect all HTTP traffic to HTTPS? It gives us a choice. I'm going to say yes. Let's make everything secure in the system, which I do not like when I'm monitoring networks. So a security note here, put on your security hat. If people are using HTTPS sites, you cannot monitor their traffic, and so you can't see what's going on when they're going through your corporate network. You'd have to intercept that traffic. Now, for security, of course, for any secure site, which we will be building our own forum, we do want things secure. So I'm going to go ahead and choose yes, number 2. Okay, it says that we have successfully enabled it. We need to go find out and see if it actually works. And we'll pop in this right there and go to our domain. So over here, look at that. HTTPS, Cloud Class GA, and it's here. Now, before we leave, we should probably change this Apache to Ubuntu default page, because having that there is going to give us all kinds of problems. Hackers are going to see this as a huge red flag, and they're just going to love coming to our page and attacking us. So the way we're going to do that is go back over here, go to cd to var www html, move the index.html to index.html.original, and now vi index.html, and we'll create a new one, and we'll just say whatever it might be. Right there. So a cloud class demonstration, I'll save that. Now when we go back over to the website and refresh it, you'll see we have cloud class demonstration. That is it for today. So we have installed Apache, we've installed CertBot, and we've configured our firewall. 3 huge details, and we did them all in under 10 minutes. So configuring the firewall on Amazon, just walk through that step, which remember those details are in the description. Next, installing Apache, piece of cake. We did that, knocked it out. And then installing CertBot. CertBot took care of everything for us and made SSL a breeze. I hope that you're enjoying the class, and I look forward to talking to you again next week.